I just put in doormat and whale cum came up. And it says whale cum and it's
Cute.
got
Well, that's
humpback whale. Well, I don't get it.
Welcome.
Oh, welcome.
Hey guys, welcome to the official YouTube page for Calm Down with Erin and Charissa. This is where you can watch all of our ridiculous conversations and fun interviews.
We have full shows. We've got pre-games, anything and everything that you guys could want. But first, you're going to have to subscribe. Just hit subscribe right there and you're good to go.
And now you can calm down with us.
Yep. Can you tell that we're reading this off a script? We hope so. All right. We need to calm down and wrap this bad boy up. Press subscribe. Thanks for listening.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio.
There she is, dot, dot, dot. Blending, swoop up with a lotion on the neck, up. What do you got, Angel? You look like a vision in that Florida Go Gator sweatshirt.
Sweet 16 Gators, congratulations. Wow. Did you get a chance to watch any of it? I know you were in Seattle.
Have I watched any of the tournament? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch any of the Gator game?
No, I was at my grandmother's memorial. Although Judy would have loved me to roll in a television to watch you have that last second it wasn't even overtime. What was the final score against UConn? What'd you win by 5 or something?
It should have been overtime.
Yesterday I didn't get a chance to watch anything, but I did see the recap and I'm so excited for you.
Listen, let's hope the boys got a bit of like the adversity out of the way and they're ready to go down the stretch. I have really kind of just looked from afar because I feel like I jinx it. Yesterday when they were playing, didn't get off to a great start, so changed from the downstairs living room up to the bedroom TV. Still weren't doing well, still not hitting the shots, shut it off, cussed, screamed, turned on my iPad, watched it in bed with Howie. A 2-point victory.
And timeout. You watched it in 3. This was my question. Where were you watching it? But the fact that you changed locations 3 times. Do I know that you're superstitious or you're a little stitious in the words of The Office?
So back in the day when I danced for the University of Florida and for the basketball team, I was very superstitious that I would strip my bed before they would play because I felt they played better when I didn't have sheets off my bed, on my bed.
What?
So yesterday, Jarrett had already made the bed, so I didn't want to rip them all off. Too many throw pillows, you know the story.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, so we tried a lot of places. I told, Jarrett was downstairs. I kept screaming and he's like, what's the matter? And it's like,
oh my God, I can't believe, that could be a podcast in and of itself of like the fact that your bed wasn't made. And what year? I mean, was this while you were there and they were winning? Because I don't know. That's so random and great.
Also, when I graduated, don't forget those fantastic Joakim Noah years, Al Horford. Back to back.
God. The tournament's amazing.
I love the tournament. How are you doing in that world? Are you betting?
Well, I have a full admission. This week, the Dan Patrick show always asked me to fill out a bracket. Fitzy, shout out. I love you so much. And I didn't get mine in. I was out of office, and I didn't get my... I didn't get my bracket in time. And then I'm so disappointed because then I'm always like, I would have picked them. It's like, okay, relax, lady. You probably wouldn't have. But full admission, I do not watch college basketball at all. As opposed to like when we were covering it and you and I were like, fully immersed in it. But I love it. Nothing is better than like the whole, one shining moment at the end of the tournament and the great stories of like, the upsets and the stuff like that. So even if you're a casual fan, which I now am of the tournament, it's great. So do you know who's your matchup? Who are you playing?
They play Maryland, the 4 seed. Now stuff gets really hairy. Hey, can we give a little shout out and love to John Calipari? Because you and I were kind of like just singing his praises.
Yes. Head coach now of Arkansas. Erin and I have a great affinity for Coach Cal because, as we've talked about many times on this podcast, when you're just starting out and no one wants to give you any credit or credibility or the time of day, he was one of those few coaches that was so amazing to us. In fact, on a text chain, shout out to Matt Schneider, Joel Santos, the best damn sports sports show. They sent me a picture the other day of all of us at dinner and Coach Cal. I mean, this must have been 2008. He would come on the show, friend of the show, and he was always so wonderful and so nice to me. And I know you have a myriad of stories too when he was like great to you. But yeah, shout out to Coach Cal for advancing. Beat Kansas first round, which we love Bill Self, Kansas faithful, great, go Jayhawks. But then beat St. John's,
Thirsty
and
Thursday.
then here he is, Thirsty Thursday. No one will forget it, Lawrence. So Coach Cal, go get him, kid.
Quick Coach Cal story, and then we can get to our pregame questions. I told you this. He was so great with me listening into the huddles, halftime, anytime I was checking in with him. Postgame, I was, as everyone that listens to this or reads any of my psycho interviews, I'm obsessed with fresh breath, do the Listerine things right before. I would always crank a couple in before sitting, or interviewing with him, and he'd be like, crank them in.
And sometimes they get stacked like 3 in a row, though. When you crank them in, hey, look, fresh breath is great. Give me more.
Or if they melt, for a hot game, or if they were in your jeans or pocket, something like that, and you washed them. Oh yeah, Polly Pocket. And he would always say, "Hey, could I have a couple?" Absolutely. My fresh breath is your fresh breath.
Oh my God. Very sweet.
Good luck, Coach Cal.
Good luck. All right, guys, pregame. We love your anonymous question. We love all questions, let's be honest, but we do have a soft spot for anonymous. Here we go. Husband doesn't want a second kid, but I do. I respect his choice, but feel sad. What to do? Well, let's talk to the woman who has a child already. Go ahead. Erin Andrews on the line.
On the line. Caller, what do you have for us? I don't know. I mean, that's a difficult one because you always want to honor what your partner believes or says or feels, but I think you guys should have a lot of conversations about it. I really, really do. Play the old pros and cons, devil's advocate. I wouldn't just make a decision right away and stick with it. I really, really would discuss it.
That's not an
tough.
easy one.
No.
I remember Kathy Thompson, my sweet mother, I'm the third child, and my dad was adamant on only having 2, and my mom really wanted a third. And so now the running joke is like, aren't we so glad, Scott, that we had that third kid that I was wanting because you love Charissa so much? And so he's like, okay, we get it. You like want to always be right. But I don't know. That's hard. I don't know. Here's what I would say. Don't try to do the old trickaroo and be like, I was on birth control, but I got pregnant. Like, no. Like, you can't just like randomly get pregnant. He'll never trust you that you didn't just do that on purpose. So I don't know. Very much, I can't speak to having children, but we have talked about at length on this podcast about my decision not to have kids, and like Steve and I being on the same page with that. You can't have one going left and the other going right. That is a very serious thing. So yeah, I think the moral of the story, according to Erin, is take the time and really think about what you guys want to do. Next.
Yeah, don't pull a oops,
goalie.
I did it again. Okay, Phoebe Mac 35. What's your remedy for getting over a sickness? Been rotting on my sofa. Help. One of my really good friends, Megan Carter, has been battling this flu, and now all her kids have it, and it sounds awful. I don't know. I mean, I'm a big hydration station kind of gal. I love an IV situation. I'm a psychotic when it comes to a supplement, a zinc. I'm into it. I'm into a good flush out. P.
Also, steam room, sit in something to sweat.
Yeah.
Work that out. Also, that idea of sitting on your couch. I was just going to say, the idea of sitting on your couch, I get it because you just feel like shit and you don't want to move. Get out. Like, you need to go outside, get some fresh air if you can. Like, if you have a backyard or somewhere or a little deck or something, sit out there. Little vitamin D.
Open your windows.
Also, I did a bunch of blood work because I'm trying to be better about my health. I found out I'm very low on vitamin D. And I'm like, I'm outside. We live in California. Like, it's not like, so I need to be, what?
Corn supplements, 1,000 a day. Get it in ya.
Well, the vitamin D will okay. D's nuts.
Yeah.
But Phoebe, we hope you feel better. Listen to Erin. She is the she is the queen of overcoming sickness. Okay, we've got Sainty. God, I'm terrible at this. Sainty and Sasky. Sure.
Saskatoon?
Sure. I love that place. What to do when a kid behind you on a plane is kicking your seat and parents do nothing. Okay. I'll go, and then Erin, I would love your thoughts on this. Okay, I would do this move. I would turn around, make it a game. I'd peek my head between the seats so the parents see you. Like, instead of just turning around and being like, knock it off, you brat, I'd be like, hi, what's your name? And then the kid's going to say his name and be like, do you like kicking my seat? Like, make it like you're like, oh, you're in on it. So then the parents, because maybe the parents aren't aware, be like, because I love this game. Do me a favor though. And then look at the parents. Can you just kick my seat once every 30 minutes, not once every 30 seconds? Let's see if we can do that.
Good.
Or I would slip the kid, like, all of the like, emergency evacuations thing. Cause sometimes the kids, was my headphones? Probably.
It's my street sweeper. Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're fine. Wow. Am I a canine that I could hear that?
That's incredible because I tried those earwax drops again last night and I don't think it worked.
Stop it. Okay, wait. I'm going to put a pin in the answer to this question. Erin and I have been discussing at length now for quite some time because I try to tell her things and she goes, what? And then Steve makes fun of me because he talks so goddamn loud that my hearing is now gone because it's just been, my eardrums have burst. This wax stuff. I think we need to do the candle thing that like you dump it in there again, administered by a professional. No. What do you mean no?
I think we need to go to get the machine. Now it's like a sickness. It's in the back of my head. I'm pulling at my ear constantly. I'm going like this. I'm trying to crack my neck. I'm a mess. I gotta go. I talked to my girlfriend, Jackie Quick, last night about it. She went and did it. She said the only thing about it is there's noise. You want to go with me?
If you go and do it and I'm then left with wax buildup for the last 42 years, I want to go with you. What are you talking about? We have said this is a us problem and then you're going to go without me? Yes, I want to go with you.
I'm going to set up an appointment. What? I need your schedule for, you wait for it, an ENT, and we're going to get this. We should do a show.
EMT.
There.
Well, I'm going to need an EMT if I don't get it done sooner. Okay. Anyways, getting back to your original question, sweet, sainty, and Sasky. Make it a game, turn around, have the parents acknowledge that you see what's going on, and then try to distract the kid with something else. Grab the, emergency evacuation trifold, hand that over and be like, here, maybe you want to read this and do something else other than kick me in the back of the seat. Okay, bye.
I would love as a mom to know that this is happening. I feel like I'm super sensitive to anything that's going on with anyone, whether it's my kid being loud, whether it's the air being shit at our house, whether it's like, do we have breakfast? I am very annoying to the fact where it makes everyone uncomfortable.
Not true.
So if I don't know what's going on, I would love to be told, hey, your kid is kicking me. And then you're in for it. Then I'm making a scene. Then I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm asking the pilot to land in
Missouri,
Turks and Caicos, so these people can go have a trip on me. I'm so worried about it. So please let me know if
Erin's
it's my
sending
kid.
an edible arrangement before you even land and it ends up at your house saying, sorry. Are those
Cherry
still
berries.
Okay. Next.
My dad, big on the edible arrangements.
Really? Cute, Steve.
Oh, loves it. Loves to send it. It's like the chocolate chip one. Astrom 15. How did you guys decide the name of your pups? It's Howie's birthday today.
Oh, it is?
8 years old.
Happy birthday, Howard. Tough. I know, because then we immediately think the terrible things, but we're not going to think that because he's 8 and he's healthy and he's a beautiful big baby boy.
And as my mom said, every day is a blessing.
Yes. Okay, no negative thoughts. How'd you decide on the name?
Okay. I think I saw a golden retriever on Instagram named Howard, and I loved it.
Mine, Willis, came with the name Willis, and I just thought it was hysterical that a dog was named Willis. Daisy, I named Daisy after The Great Gatsby, and the main character, Daisy. I thought she was so iconic. I love the Roaring Twenties. I love the Industrial Revolution. I love everything about it, and I love that movie. And then my pups at the ranch, I renamed Norman. Norman was not named Norman. His name was Herman. I didn't like that name, so I renamed him. Who else do we got up there? Herman. Simba. I named Simba because I already had Nala, and I thought you needed a Simba and a Nala. And then Frankie, shout out to Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman named Frankie for me at the ranch because we were sitting there, was about to adopt her. And I was like, I'm about to get this little girl dog at the ranch and I don't know what to name her. And he's like, you have to name dogs at the ranch because they're ranch dogs and they're outside dogs. You have to name them boy names. And so then we were going stuff and he's like, what about Frankie? And I was like, that's adorable. So Jules named my last dog. Names are hard though.
I love it.
Have you ever told the story about how you named Mac? Your child?
I think so. He was going to be Jack for the longest time, and I knew so many Jacks. And then we were actually on our way to Tom Brady's retirement party, and we were on a plane, and our cutie cutes little friend, Carson Phipps, who's obsessed with you, we were going over names, and we were talking about Mac Brown having property where we were going to visit and go to this party. And she is very just, how do we describe Carsey?
She's
put together.
Emphatic. She knows what she wants. She is direct. She is wise beyond her years. Like, I want to come back in my next life as Carson Phipps for sure. But yeah, she suggested that name. Speaking of Jack, though, I was cleaning out because I'm in this real, like, let's declutter the house. I'm feeling like there's just shit everywhere. So throwing all this stuff away. And I was in a dresser of a guest bedroom and I pulled out and it had all of these like Christmas presents that I like hide in there because I think I'm getting ahead of the game and buying all this stuff ahead of time. And in there was something that I bought off Etsy because I'm the queen of Etsy. I love it. Was a Jack blanket and a Jack little beanie because that's what I thought you were going to name him. And I was like, well, who's yelling? I was like, well, we don't need this anymore. Donate. Anyways, but yeah, Mac is perfect.
I was just checking to see if Etsy was one of the names we can't say, and it's not. So there you go. Hey, about Etsy, how do you...
I love Etsy.
Why? And I'm not an Etsy hater. I've gotten a few things off of it. I find it difficult to navigate. I end up down these holes I don't mean to go.
Okay.
And I'm like, where was I starting?
Get over here. The fact that you and I haven't talked about this. So you... love a Four Seasons app, a hotel app. You love that. Me, I'm like, I don't even know where I'm going, right? I love the Etsy app. I get so excited to message the people on Etsy after I've purchased an item. Like, I'll check in with them.
I'm going on it right now.
I find them to be friends. Like, I'll say to Steve, I'm like, oh, she messaged me back right away. The store owners on Etsy are so, at least in my experience, are so great because it's like small shops, right? It's like, their own business owners within this like, global commerce trading center. So think like a big farmer's market kind of thing. They're always so communicative. They're so nice. Like, I have ordered a bunch of specialty signs for the ranch and different stuff. And so if I've like spelled something wrong, like I don't know, I'll go back. I'm like, oh my God, can you read it? They're so nice and so friendly. So I will help you navigate the app. But yeah, I love Etsy because it's like anything you want to get. Also too, just like I'm trying to be better about gifts. And I think it's just so sweet that you can personalize stuff. Even like doormats. I just got doormats for the house and I like made them like, I know. It's like the one really domestic. Well, I'm kind of getting more domesticated, not in cooking though. A couple things we're going to do this summer. We're going to make a list of the stuff we're going to get done before the season starts. We're doing cooking classes.
Gnocchi.
Exactly, with corn, Jared. We're doing cooking classes. We're getting the wax out of our ears. And I don't know what else, but those are the two things on the list right now that I know that we're getting done. Okay?
I just put in doormats on Etsy, and this is crazy. Not that it's crazy, but this would take me hours.
No, I'll help you. I do the Ruby Ranch logo. I have specialty, it's amazing. It's so cute. Like, I could put the Wear logo on. Yeah. Anything you want, anything you can dream up in your mind can happen on Etsy. Forget Disneyland. Mm-hmm. Not an ad Etsy.
Stop knocking on it.
No, I'm saying it's my happiest place on earth.
I just put in doormat and welcome came up. And it says welcome and it's got that's a humpback whale. Well, I don't get it.
Welcome.
Oh, welcome.
You're so pretty. I love you so much. I don't get it. Go Gators. Go
welcome
Gators.
Doormat. Funny whale doormat. What the this is crazy. This site is crazy.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Is why you here. This
Ho,
is
ho,
nuts.
ho. No, it's fantastic. Everything about it is. Me and the boys, 0919. What's your post-game ritual? Must have foods. Me and the boys, 019. My post-game ritual, I know Erin says the same, and this isn't to say like being alcoholics, but it's always like a post-game
A drink.
cocktail. Yeah, it's like you got to wind down. I'm usually with the boys. So is Erin with her whole crew, who, again, everybody knows that listens to this podcast. We're very close with our people. Yeah, it's a post-game cocktail. It's also, it depends on what city we're in. If we get back super late, I end up staying in the clothes I'm in. But if we have time, whatever, I like to change at least into some, wait for it, comfy cozies if the opportunity allows itself. But if not, then at least just hanging with the people. I don't ever just go back to my room and go to bed, ever. It's like we're all, you have like that adrenaline of like, you've been up, you've been this, you've been that. Like, yeah.
Pounding coffees.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. I need a hang. And I usually end up calling Charissa with my crew.
We do. We have our Sunday night post-game recap, which makes me happy. Actually, I get mad when we don't do it. Next.
Yeah. Welcome. Blake Johnson, 2898. What? Oh, no, I skipped someone. Anonymous. Is there a right time to ask your crush out for an in-person hang? Or just F it and send the text?
Erin and I are in a real F it stage of our life. So we would say just send the text. Yeah. But let's talk through this for a second. Is there a right time to ask out your crush in person or hang, or just send the text? I think it's all situational. If the opportunity presents itself and you're like, who is this crush? Is it someone you work with? Is it someone that you've known for a long time? Like, what's the scenario? Like, if it's your crush and you already have been put in positions to hang out and you're around them, like, do you make it more casual because they don't know you have a crush on it? And honestly, I have more follow-ups because I like to be courted. I'm very aggressive in a lot of things in my life, but when it comes to feeling like the woman and wanting to be asked out on a date, I'm not a go right for it. I like the guy to initiate it, but depends. You?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. It's all situational. Is there a right time to ask your crush out?
Oh.
Or just F it, send a text. I don't know. Situational. Feel it out. Don't get crazy. Feel it out. I like a little bit of a breather too. I don't like it all like right away. I'm the kind of gal like Charissa does. I like to be courted. I like there to be a little bit of a mystery. But then once the mystery's over, it's like, all right, let's get on with it.
We're getting married. Yeah. Now the floodgates are open and it's already happening. But yeah, I miss that though at the beginning when it's like that, like cat and mouse game where it's like you're going back and forth and you're waiting for them to text, and then it's like the cute flirty text. That's my number one. If you can text and you're good with text banter, like it is a panty dropper. Like it is like I'm all in on that, because then you know that if you're good on text, you're going to be good in person. I know that's not always the case. Oh, you're funnier on text than in person, you're a dud. Well, probably somebody AI was writing your text for you then. If you can't like carry over the fun, quirky text banter to in person, then we got to start questioning who's texting for you. But that's my number one, is like be witty and be funny on text, and I'm in. But yeah, Anonymous, we need some more.
What are your intentions here? That made me think of AI.
Yeah, of course.
Shut up.
Blake Johnson, 2898. What is the most important thing about doing an interview with the player before the game? That's you, Miss Andrews, before the game.
Important thing about doing an interview with a player before the game. I'm trying to figure out what this question means. What's the most important thing to do before you interview a guy before the game? Or help me with this. Why am I?
Okay. What is the most important thing to do about doing an interview with a player before the game? Well, let's just interpret it a couple different ways. Let's assume that Blake means if it's right before the game, the guy's, obviously preoccupied and worried about, let's take your Patrick Mahomes Super Bowl interview, for example. It is the Super Bowl. It is right before, kickoff. What was your biggest focus, your biggest thing that you were emphasizing going into that interview or thinking about?
I knew I would have a minute, right? And I didn't want it to be just one question, but that would be hard to do because it's not like he's a long-winded guy. He gets to the point, he gets there, he allows you to ask a follow-up. I wanted 3. So with that, I thought,
did you?
Okay.
You thought maybe 3 sometimes. Really?
I got in 3.
I always
got
think
in 3.
2 in that. Good. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. I didn't realize you got 3 in.
I forgot what my first one was. You had to address the 3P. Well, no, I wanted, it was cool as shit, right? You get him right out of the tunnel, which is awesome. And he's a pro at this and he's done it how many times? And here with history on the line, he's running out of that tunnel. What did that moment feel like? I think I asked, I don't remember my second, but the third was he had said, like, our offense has got to get going here. Our offense has got to do a better job getting going in the Super Bowl because he said he had struggled doing that. How do you do that?
Yeah.
You told us this week. How do you do it? Because I mean, if people really want to know, I'm a psycho with my interviews, especially like an interview like that. I had spoken to Kevin. I had spoken to Brady about it. Like, I asked Tom, what would you want to be asked? I asked Kevin, and I love
that's a nice resource.
Yeah. Tom. And Kevin said this, and I loved it so much. He said, I love you asking, hey, he told us the offense has got to get going early. How do you do that? Because Kevin said, Tom and I can take that nugget and weave it in. All right, well, you just heard Patrick Mahomes say this. Let's see what they do on this first drive. Then if they don't do anything, second drive, it's like, remember, Patrick Mahomes told Aaron. So, man, that jacks me up. I love shit like this.
No, I know. And I also love, just for those of you at home that don't know the inner workings of that, Kevin is the most generous announcer in the world. And that's not taking anything away from anyone else. He always does that. He's like, as you heard Erin say, or, any sort of reference to that, because he has an incredible way of bringing things back because you're storytelling. You're obviously, reacting to what's happening in real time, but you guys have all of these meetings with these players. You get so much information that ends up, not making error. So it's like taking those nuggets and how you weave them all together is really great. But it is different to have so much of my interviews are always post-game or sit-down interviews. So it's not that right before the game moment where the player's like thinking about the game and he's like, oh shit, yeah, that's right. I need to, do a couple questions interview. So your ability to bring them in and be in that moment is very impressive because it's like their focus is not going to always be on the interview. It's like we're playing a game. Oh, and the interview. So kudos.
I'll tell you what was like a oops, I crap my pants moment was that's an old Saturday Night Live skit, by the way.
It is what?
Yeah. It was an old skit. I think it was like back in the day, maybe with like Dan Aykroyd or Chevy Chase, or maybe it was the Will Ferrell era. I don't know. I just remember seeing it in like the old kind of highlight shows. And it was like, oops, I crap my pants. And it was like, I think they wore like diapers. They were adult diapers for the crap your pants moment. I hope I'm not making this up,
really
but
funny.
I do believe that's true. So that was something our family referenced a lot. But I think I told you this, CT, when we were doing the Super Bowl this year, Kansas City runs out, and then I have to wait for the Philly intro for the Eagles. So you're playing the whole song and dance here of like, I don't want to get in Patrick's face. I don't want to sit there and hold him and wait, but I kind of want to be right there. And my man is down the field warming up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and so, PR is like, are you good? Are you good? And I'm like, I got to wait till the Eagles get out. And then in my ear, my producer goes, where is he? And I'm like, down the field, warming up. So I'm like running with my crew. It was awesome though. I love stuff like that. And then he looked at me and he goes, me? And I'm like, oh yeah, let's go.
The quarterback. I always had the moments where I fucking hated making them wait because you have to get the throw. For me, it was like from studio or when like my college football days where it's like I have to wait for the announcers to throw it down to me. And it feels like an eternity where you're making these guys stand there and wait. And you don't want to miss those, like, I don't need to tell you, but like for anyone listening that pull the curtain back and storytelling on these post-game interviews or pregame or whatever, you're like, I want that that immediate reaction, because so many times where it's like, let's say after a big game, like a game-winning touchdown throw, you want that interview happening right in that moment because of their reaction. Like even Saquon on Postgame, why I love the interview so much. We were this year, obviously, just coming on air for our Postgame show, and he's walking up with the trophy. And so you get his reaction as opposed to like sitting at the desk, chatting with the guys, waiting, and then having to be like, okay, we're on in 3 minutes. It's like 3 minutes after like a natural reaction is like way too much time. So like those, in a perfect world, if you can get it right after, it's awesome. But anyways, we could go on about this forever and ever because it's shit we love.
I miss football.
I know. That just made me miss it too when we're talking about it. All right. We have an anonymous follow-up, which we love. Okay, let me set this up.
Whoa.
Hi, ladies. Several months ago, I submitted about my best friend's husband trying to drunkenly kiss me.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I wasn't sure if I should tell her, but thanks to your advice and encouragement, I decided to. Oh my God, yes. It was a good conversation and we're still great friends. Unfortunately, it wasn't the first time she'd been told this, and they're no longer together. Well, good. Good for her. Thank you for providing a safe place to talk about things and hearing differing perspectives. Okay, I can't handle you. You're so sweet for writing this and following it up, because look, honesty is the best policy. Like, because the fact that I believe, and I let Erin have her say on this too, it's like, you would have not forgiven yourself if she had found that out from someone else. And then she comes back, she's like, why didn't you tell me that Sam tried to kiss you? And she'd be like, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. It's like, I would rather know the information, even if it's going to hurt me in the moment, but then that way I can gather all these facts and then make a decision, which clearly she did, was to leave him. So thank God, because what a creepo. And it's like, also, don't you feel better? I would have so much anxiety if I was keeping a secret from, especially if it was a good friend, and that later on could have helped them like move on quicker with their life and like be with someone better. I don't know. So you're very sweet for writing that.
Yeah. And that's so tough that she's heard that before. Feel really bad for her. But I do believe honesty is the best thing there. And good for you for doing that. But man, I don't envy you. God.
But ew.
Ew. Glad he got caught.
Yeah.
We're
Get
Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, we are. All right.
Well, we have some headlines.
We do have some headlines.
This first one.
Yeah. If do you want to give a quick recap on your situation at home, so anyone that doesn't know the situation that goes on and why you're not sleeping?
What happened?
No,
because my husband snores?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a couple cracks in his nose that we found out about. And that
what
makes
happens
sense
when you win 2 Stanley Cups.
Yeah, breaking his nose. And I've noticed this with other girlfriends I have, that their husbands have played in the league, that as they get older, the snoring gets worse. And as the snoring gets worse, my attitude gets horrifically worse because I cannot sleep. And like last night, I was just pounding the bed and pounding with my arm. I'm like, stop. And he feels so bad. So anyways, we're looking at this headline right now, sleep trend of 2025 that actually works, sleep divorce. Oh, I don't want this. Partners sleeping in separate beds or bedrooms is gaining ground across the U.S. as a way to improve your overall health and relationship. There is strong evidence that factors like movement, noise, temperature imbalances from a bed partner, can disrupt sleep quality. While many solutions exist to address these issues without separating, sleeping apart can actually be an effective option for improving individual sleep when other remedies aren't sufficient. I don't really want my husband to go get surgery. I just don't. I feel bad. I don't find surgery to be exciting. I'm not looking forward to the packing that would be in his nose. We have a good friend that did this who plays in the NHL who said it's great. I just feel bad that's his option, but I don't want to sleep in a different bed.
No. Well, I actually used to advocate for that all the time. In fact, separate houses before I actually ended up with someone that I liked. I did. You remember that? I was like, why are we living in the same house? Like, I want my own space. And now I'm like, no, I actually like you. Steve snores, but it's not as severe. Has he always? I feel like this is or maybe we're just talking about it more with Jared.
It's gotten worse.
It's gotten worse.
But again, I have another friend who Jarrett played with who's retired, and we're at the point we record the audio to each other. You know what I did the other day? I recorded him and then I played it back for him to hear it. He woke up like, what happened? I'm like, that's me listening to you. And my husband's great.
Feels bad.
He doesn't mean it. He does. Yeah. But
okay, well, before we're cutting off limbs, you know what I mean? Let's exercise all options before we're just going straight to the surgery situation.
And I'm tired.
You look right. Orange is a good color for you. It makes you look tan. Yeah, it does.
Full face.
And it's not just
the makeup I'm wearing.
It's not just the sweatshirt because you're a winner. There they are. There they are. Give us a little something, you little dazzler. Do you remember it?
So Mackie Doodle Doo, in front of the whatever I played yesterday, the Florida Fight song, and I was doing a routine for him, but he wanted to be in my arms, so we was like, there
she is, ladies and gentlemen. There she is.
Come on, boys, let's keep it going. Kurt, who are they playing? You didn't tell me.
While he fights that out. I'd be remiss, though, at one point when you and I have watched games together, you will offer up, if I need to do a defensive cheer, I will do it. Well, how does the cheer go?
What cheer? For the Gators?
For a defensive, like what would be a cheer that you would do while the Gators are on defense? Like to help give them defense. Defense is what we need. Defense. Vikings. That was my high school cheer, and I was not a cheerleader. I just remember that from, okay, what do we got? 3, 2, 1, go.
I said this is Gator country. Said this is Gator country.
Woo! Didn't your arms get so tired?
It's like, so tired. Like so toned.
This, like, we're constantly shaking. I get arthritis. Oh my God. Hey,
so great.
Only because I know this because I've held those pom-poms before, and they have those little handles in there. They make it so easy to hold on to them.
So, I mean, these pom-poms need some help. They need to be defluffed, but or fluffed. But yeah, we got a little thing in here. So cute.
You're adorable. So Did you do it all 4 years? How many years were you a dazzler?
No, I didn't make it my freshman year.
Oh, okay. Hey, you know what? Not everyone can, but that made you appreciate the other 3 years. Okay.
I know. This is crazy.
This is great. Keep those pom-poms close. I'm very excited for you. I love you a lot.
Very exciting.
I love you so much.
What do you got the rest of the week? Fill me in.
The rest of the week, I'm catching up on life. I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I just need to get organized. I've let things get a little, on the fritz. That's fine. Putting on the Ritz. So yeah, I'm just trying to get organized. I have some stuff up at the ranch. I'm going to go back up there and get things going because then things get busy and need to do some shit up there. I don't know. I'm just trying to check stuff off the list and keep it moving. You're busy. You got girlfriends in town?
End of March. I do. I have a girlfriend in town. The Quicks are in town, ladies and gentlemen. Very excited.
Watch out.
The Rangers are in town. Yes, watch out. Heard some damage was done last night. Yeah. So I'm excited about it. It'll be good. The boys are excited. And that's it. I have a ton of stuff to do. I really want to get in the vibe of starting to pull stuff out and put it in a pile and get it out and keep it moving.
For your closet stuff, you mean?
Yeah, closet stuff, everything stuff. I just have little piles everywhere and I don't realize it until I've been somewhere else and then I see it and I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And I want to get my ears cleaned.
Purge, organizing. Oh, you know what we should do for our ear? Let's make it an ear party. Because you're going to play that by ear. Do you want to tell the story?
Go ahead.
So Erin and I are talking. The boys are there and we're like, Erin says, let's play that by ear. And Jarrett and I both kind of go, wait, what'd you just say? And she goes, play it by ear. And then she goes, wait, is that not right? And you did. You were like, wait, is it play it by ear? And we were both like, yeah, it's play it by ear. But we didn't know why the phrase was that way. So I looked it up. Fun fact, if you at home are misusing the phrase play it by ear, let it be understood that now that phrase comes from listening to music and then being able to play it just because you heard it, not from sheet music, so like your ability to recall something, like if you hear a song once on the radio or whatever, and then you can play it on the piano or the guitar or whatever it is, you're playing it by ear, not by sheet music. So let's have an ear party. All of that is to say, let's have an ear party. We're going to get our ears cleaned. What? Wait, hold on, Erin, ready?
I may want to get a triple.
That's what I'm also saying. What? That's what I'm also saying. We're going to have an ear party. We're going to get them cleaned. Then we're getting our triple pierce. We've been talking about that. That's on our list of things to do this off season. Great.
Hey, I think you'd be really proud of me today. I was supposed to go for an appointment to go to, okay.
Oh boy. Here we go.
My friend has a facialist who is in Korean skincare. And she was like, you didn't try the right Korean skincare. You need to go to this facialist. And I was so close to going. And then Jarrett was like, what are you doing? Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Like, you're not going to have the skin that you want from
That's
Korean
not true.
skincare. Leave it alone.
Well, but well, you're going to have the skin you want. No one, you guys, works harder on this skincare and your glow and everything. You're on a roll. Don't derail it now with just getting bored and being like, oh, I want to conquer the Korean thing. Yes, no.
Yeah. I got a cystic zit right here that
I know. I saw you rubbing it the other day and I just left it alone. You kept rubbing it.
It must be right on a nerve that every time I smile, I get a zing. So that can't be great.
You're getting electrocuted by your zit. All I think about, though, with the rubbing is the Clark Griswold. Well, it's getting redder because you keep rubbing it.
Yeah, you're rubbing it.
What happened to your little zapper? Erin always
I
cares.
can't do that. I like burned my face off last summer when I had all that zit issue. I can't zap it. Nope.
Okay.
I can't do
it
it
anymore. We're not zapping it. Leave it alone.
Nope.
Stop rubbing it. You're great. Go Gators, and your sweatshirt's adorable. Adorable. Wear by Erin Andrews. I'll say it. Swipe up. Woo! Love you guys. Have a great week. Say something nice to someone today. That's what my dad used to say to me every day I went to school. Say something nice to someone today. Bye.
I love that.
Sweet Scott. Sweet
Don't be
Scott.
a Susan.
Don't be a Susan. Don't be a Susan.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.